What is up, guys? Lone Hawk here today, and welcome back to Coach Hawk, the series where I take footage that you guys send in, review it, and help you become a better player. Hopefully, at least. In today's video, we will be coaching. I don't actually remember his name. I think it's Tylerson, I believe his name is. Or yeah, that's about right. He is a Lucio player in about the gold elo. So we're gonna be watching him today. I've actually heard your guys' requests for higher ranked players in this series, and I will be getting to that. However, we haven't done a healer yet, I don't think, so I prioritized this. This is season 2, which is good because I'm only doing season 2 gameplay, obviously, now that it's started. Let's see what he's doing. First of all, his team kind of did a little bit of a split up here. I don't like this. Zarya could be waiting behind Reinhardt's shield, but Lucio's doesn't seem like he's doing anything wrong yet. However, a speed boost into the point would have been helpful. Regardless, it's not too big of a deal. They get on the point because the enemy team was I don't remember what the enemy team was doing. Good job with the heal. That's a good boop. That was a good knockback on his part. Now he should be going. He was playing a little bit aggressive. Let's rewind here for a second. Now, I mean, I didn't initially see here about here. He's with Zarya, he's with Reinhardt, and we can see Tracers back here. However, Hanzo did just die, which means the enemy has a pick and they have an advantage, so the fight is in their favor now. And now, okay, so now 2 picks have been made. This is where you guys need to just pull out, because I don't think you've picked any enemies yet. Let's see. Zarya gets 1 kill. It's still a disadvantage, though. The fight isn't going in your favor, and then just about everybody dies. So right there, I think you guys should have backed up when the first pick happened, and definitely when the second pick happened. Lucio should have backed out. No big deal. He's speed boosting everybody back in the fight. I think that's fine, unless there's someone that's about to respawn. Wait for them and help them get back faster. But switch to healing. There you go. Their support, their comp only has 1 healer, and they really to a healer, but he wouldn't do it. The healing is going to be placed on him right now. Another solid push. Like, the enemies aren't recognizing that there's a choke point. They're using that as their choke point. That's interesting. Not actually, never seen that before. But I would back up a little bit. I mean, you've got a giant radius on your healing. He can stay like back here. Right back here is fine, but now you need to back out. Now you guys need to back out. Look at the whole team scattered. This isn't necessarily his fault. Oh. Alright, now I want to pause and say one thing. I am not the best at using Lucio ults. You guys have seen that. I'm not the best at using them. So if you disagree with what I say about his Lucio ult usage, be sure to tell me down below. I am not sure that was the best use, though. And I have experience using Lucio ults wrong, so yeah, we can go back and rewatch that just very briefly. I mean, no, not this. If we go back here, all right. So right here, let's pause. Now, right, okay. So we can see in the top middle, right above his crosshair, Soldier's back there. I don't think he's really doing too much. Reinhardt and Zarya are both on the point. That's good. But Hanzo is, you can see in the corner of your eye, Hanzo's way back there. Tracer's not with you guys. You're basically pushing with 3, maybe 4 people if Soldier starts shooting at enemies. But look, Soldier isn't even shooting. He's just standing there. He's literally, Soldier finally started shooting. There we go. Now he's shooting. But I mean, it's too late at that point. I think I should have booped him right there. Oh, it was off. I was on cooldown. If it wasn't on cooldown. So, like, that's the right time to use your ult. But when your team isn't coordinated and, like, Soldier wasn't in the range, Tracer wasn't in the range, and Hanzo was nowhere to be found, it wasn't gonna work. I think Zarya might have already been dead. But I mean, the timing, if the team was there, the timing would have been perfect. But okay, good. Now he's gonna amp it up. Please amp up your, yep, good. This guy's not a terrible Lucio player. He's not. Ooh. See, okay, I have, oh, what? Oh, no. It's okay, so I've had experience with this. When I've been playing Zenyatta, I've noticed you really need to be out of the range of any abilities that can do that when you're playing the support. I mean, you can be on the point with your team, but if a Reinhardt hits you as well as your team, it's going to be a team wipe. But if you live, like if the Reinhardt doesn't knock you down, you can amp up your healing and hopefully save a bunch of teammates. I've experienced that as Zenyatta a lot because Sometimes my team wants me to play a little bit more forward as Zenyatta, like a little bit more aggressively. I'm not the hugest fan of it because, like, when Reinhardt hammers down, it gets me too, and like I can't transcendence, I can't ult then. So I like playing a little bit further back. I think he should. All right, there. Okay, that was the first real mistake I think I saw on his part. There've been some little things. It hasn't been terrible, but he went with the Tracer. Tracer is a flanker. She needs to be left on her own. You won't be able to keep up with Tracer. Your healing won't help her too much because she has barely any HP. And she's just going to pick up health packs. Assault. People who play flankers, people who play assaults love health packs. I've experienced that playing with other people. I can be healing them. I can be mercy healing them. The Tracer will be fine, or she might not be fine on your own. But what I'm saying is you being with her isn't going to be as valuable as you being with your team. So I think you should have went with your team and ignored the Tracer. Also, you need to back out right here. This is a back out. You need to back out. Your weapon is not very good. And your team is, look, the team is scattered again. I really think he's not going to live. All right, so I actually didn't realize how many teammates were with him there. So yeah, that's when he went with Tracer. This is when I think he should have been with the team. Shouldn't have ever even went by the Tracer. Should have stayed with his team. Hanzo dies. So this is where I say back up. Back up. The enemy team has an advantage. Tracer isn't with you. You need to back up. Like, look, your team is on the other side. And this is solo queue. So you're not going to be able to control these guys. So you need to play around them. You should have backed up here too. You were on 11 HP and you didn't back up. You are a crazy man. You are a madman. That takes some wow. That wasn't like, I'm not trying to criticize him. I'm saying he was playing aggressively. I like the aggressive behavior. But as Lucio, you don't need to be aggressive. Whoa, hold up. Let's see. Did he do it right? Stop. Does have teammates that are dead that I think he should have waited for. And speed boosted them back in the fight. Basically, what should happen here? And ideally, I don't know if it's going to happen because solo queue is pretty uncoordinated, and I think he's solo queued, is these guys on the point cannot take the point. They cannot do it because the enemy team spawns right next to it, and there's only 2 of them. So the enemies are just going to keep coming in, and they're going to die. And then when everyone else approaches the point, you have to wait for those 2 who died to get there. Basically, you're trickling in. It's the staggered death cause I talked about in one of my videos. You want to avoid that at all costs. It's literally the staggered death cause is the #1 killer of solo queue games. That is the #1. I've seen it more than anything else, and I've reviewed a lot. I've watched more footage than I've actually made videos on. I watch a lot of these. #1 cause of losing games is staggered deaths. These guys, this Tracer and the Soldier, this isn't tips for Lucio, this is tips for them, need to be out. They need to be gone. Tracer maybe can stay to try to get a pick, but it's not likely because the enemy's going to be grouped up right here. Tracer's not even that great on this last point. Pushers like Reaper, Soldier, and McCree are much better on this last point. So they should have all backed up, in my opinion. Lucio, I would... At this point, it's hard to be a Lucio when your team isn't grouped. To be honest, I mean, I'm only thinking about this now, so I don't know if he would. But switching to Mercy might not be the worst idea. Did Zarya... What just happened? What on earth just happened? That was an enemy Zarya. So the teleporter's right there. That's a bad spot for it. That's a friendly Zarya ult. That's a friendly Zarya ult in the hole. Why? Oh, that was bad. I don't know what she was thinking. See here, the thing is that everybody's focus is just split up. That's what I think it is. Everyone's focus is just split up, and it's not... Okay, good. He did it. Okay, he does recognize that he needs to wait for his team and speed boost them back in. Good. Okay, that's good. Okay, and he's trying to get everybody to stop rushing in. Okay, this is good. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly it. He's waiting for the last teammate to respawn. Perfect. That is a smart play right there. That is a very smart play. Now, if we can get them all to push together. You were so close. Zarya and Soldier are by themselves. Reinhardt's shield is useless when you guys are on your own. I'm doing more coaching on these guys than I am as Lucio. Lucio's doing fine. For the only healer, Lucio's doing great. It's crazy. Yes. Stick with them. Not bad. And now they're waiting again. What are you doing, soldier? What are you doing? Okay, that was a pretty good ult, I think. It was an aggressive ult. I like it. They're gonna capture the point. No, don't boop him. You need to get behind him. Oh, okay. That was. I think I know what he's trying to do. I think he's gonna die here. Oh man, that hurts. That was such a good push. Oh, it was such a good push. All right, so here's the thing. One, you can't get discouraged when that fails on this point. This point is so hard to take. The defense spawns right next to it. They can hold you off forever. They can just trickle onto the point and stall forever until you can't get on it because your spawn is further away. So you can't. First thing is you can't get discouraged by that. Second thing is look how long Lucio's fingers are. That's disgusting. But no, not actually. That shouldn't have booped the McCree because first of all, you give him air, which can make it easier to land a shot. Second of all, it doesn't pull him out of his ult. If it pulled him out of his ult, yeah, do that. But I would have just shot him there. I would have ran behind him and started shooting at him, to be honest, because the boop was just wasted time. You could have been shooting him. Not too bad. The rest of it, I think, wasn't his fault. I don't know if this Tracer's actually doing anything. Half the time, I really like how Overwatch doesn't tell you your teammates' scores. That way you can't flame people, but I think... I don't know. It makes it hard to do coaching like this because I don't know who's doing work. I don't know who's the weak link here. But to be honest, I don't think it's this Lucio. I don't remember his name. But so speed boost here would be really good. You can switch to speed boost right now. Everybody just needs to converge now. Converge. Don't worry about these. Nah. See, here's the thing. Reinhardt pushed onto the point. Zarya and Lucio are here. And Reinhardt died. Oh. Oh, Zarya, another bad ult. I didn't even see the ult, but I know it was bad because she was all by herself. You shouldn't. When you're playing, you really need to coordinate ults. Coordinated ults. What just happened? How did I get the point? What just happened? What? I guess Zarya and Reinhardt were the only two that died. Reinhardt got back. Yeah, that's what happened. Reinhardt made it back before the fight ended. So only the tanks died. That's still pretty scary. Good ult. Good ult on his part. You need to disrupt him. You need to boop him, boop him, boop him. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. Speed boost is good. Kill Mercy. She's right next to you, man. Kill Mercy. I think they're going to get this point. I actually think they're going to get this. There we go. He's going off. Getting all these assists. Getting all these... Oh, don't say GG. The game's not over yet. It's not over yet. That's disrespectful. Not really. I don't think he meant to disrespect. I don't think he has audio either.
Actually, we've got Lucio. Bastion can heal himself.
When did Mr. Krabs show up? He has not talked this whole game, and he just starts talking now. Communication could have been really helpful, Mr. Krabs. This might work. This might work, and this offends some people. I know it does, what I'm about to say. Bastion works better at lower ranks, and so does Torbjorn. So, when you're in lower ranks, it's not a terrible idea to abuse that. It's not a bad idea to abuse that. So it can work. However, both is like, oh, you're pushing it. You're pushing it when you're playing both. Because if one person on the enemy team knows how to deal with these guys, it's not going to be pretty. But if they don't, you kind of win. So let's see. Oh, Torbjorn is pushed up. He's probably going to get picked. Watch Torbjorn get picked. Okay. No pick. He doesn't take damage. That's fine. If you pushing up like that is fine on defense to get some early damage in, but if they get that damage back on you, it's not worth. You don't want to go even. You need to get damage. It's not worth. Go heal Torbjorn. Torbjorn and Bastion are both low. Bastion can heal himself. Torbjorn's low, man. You're the only healer. So that puts a lot of pressure on you to keep... Torbjorn needs HP, I think. Yeah, Torbjorn needed HP there. I would have gone to help him. So here's the thing. Reinhardt's behind, and you guys are still up here. I don't think the rest of your team can deal with a Reinhardt. by themselves. They can. Torbjorn actually did. Torbjorn's turret did. That's interesting. I don't know how a Reinhardt died to a Torbjorn's turret. Not terrible. See, what I like to do. So Reinhardt, in my opinion, what should happen here? Reinhardt goes behind enemy your lines. Send 2 people there that you know shouldn't have a problem taking them out. 2 versus 1. That's easy. And while that happens, the people in the front are at a disadvantage because you sent 2 people back. So they play very safe and very back, and they slowly back up as the enemies push in. And then when Reinhardt gets killed, you have the advantage, and now you push back in to take the 6v5. That's what I think should happen. I mean, it's easier said than done, 100%, especially in solo queue. You're not going to be able to coordinate that. But that's just what I would be, wow. That's what I would recommend if he was playing with a team or he had communication. Okay. Okay, you guys got to get that Reaper. You saw him teleport. There's no way he should be able to pull anything off. When a Reaper teleports like that in the open, he's so vulnerable. Back up, back up, back up. They actually have kind of an organized push. I think Torbjorn actually wasted his ult. You need to drop the beat now. Yeah, there you go. There you go. He dropped the beat. Actually, he might not have been necessary, but I agree with the choice to do so. Better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. Okay. In general, okay, now speed boost everybody. I don't think this Roadhog has gotten, this Junkrat has gotten a single kill on anyone. You need to hide. Yeah. I thought his team had a Roadhog, but I was wrong. Heal Zarya up. Zarya can do lots of work. Huge DPS. Boo people off. Boo people away. Stand and boo people away from the point. That's what I'd be doing right now. Especially near the end of time. Torbjorn, watch out. Near the end of time, you need to be booping people off the point. Because overtime can be a killer. So get them off. That's a McCree. Boop them away, boop them away. Alright, now watch both sides. Nobody's coming up. That's game. Now you can say GG. Just kidding. I don't think he meant anything bad by it when he said it the first time. I think he just meant good round. Don't be a... Let's see what he says. Don't be a jerk. What? Don't be a jerk. Okay. We'll watch play the game. We'll see what we got in store for us today.
Play of the match.
Oh, it's season 2. Mercy of the game. It's Mercy every single time.
Heroes never die.
Was that a 2 revive or a 3? Must have been a 3, but that's still not worthy of play of the game in my opinion. We're just gonna look at a score before we go over some final thoughts and opinions. Let's see. We can just let's see. All right, let's see what Lucio's score was. Okay. All right. So healing done. There's no question he had the most healing. I don't even know. Did any other teammates even heal? Maybe Soldier. Soldier probably had the silver medal. 12 eliminations, 7 objective kills. You can't expect much there. Objective time. Not too bad. I think damage done could have been a little bit higher. But I mean, he is playing the support, so it doesn't matter. Some final thoughts and opinions. He did a pretty good job, I thought. It was a good game. They won it. So, I mean, I expected that someone did a good job. Soldier and Tracer were being, like, annoying. So was Hanzo. I don't think their DPSs were all trying to solo carry the game. And that only works if you're a good DPS, which I don't think any of these guys were. I didn't notice anything significant. Like in the kill feed, I never saw like Soldier or Tracer or anyone going off. They always seem to 1-for-1 or just die. Yeah, in general, I'd say stay further back. You don't have to be in your team. You do have an AoE heal around you in a circle, but you don't need to utilize the full circle. You can just play behind your team and utilize the front half of the circle, if that makes sense. That's what I like to do is when I'm playing support. Don't be, because when an enemy ults, like if Graviton Surge goes in there or a Reinhardt uses his ultimate, you don't want to be hit by that. If you're hit by that, your team is dead. If you're not hit by that, you can drop the beat, you can ult, or you can amp up your heal. That way your team has a chance of surviving. It's really good if you don't get hit by those abilities. So I'd say play a little bit further back sometimes. Don't try to flank like you were doing those few times. And I think that's just about it. You did a pretty good job as Lucio. Peel maybe. Peel. The last thing I have to say is do a little bit of peeling. use your boops a little bit. Some of his boops just seemed like, okay, I'm booping you because I can, which I've done. We've all done it. I mean, it's not too bad. But I guess he couldn't do it because his DPSs weren't like with his team. They were all off on their own. But ideally, you stick by your damage dealers, your DPSs, and when enemies get too close to them or start focusing them, you boop them. You right-click them. That way they're like, what? And it distracts them. But overall, I'd say it was a pretty good game. Hopefully you all learned something from this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below and submit your clips to CoachHawkOW@gmail.com. And I will see you guys all later. Lone Hawk, out.